Friends, it is that time of month where everybody starts sharing their monthly TBR and proclaiming to the world everything they may or may not be reading for the next month or so. And because Mel has never had a single original thought in her life, and I had never claimed anything other than that, I am joining the people in sharing what I'm going to be reading for the month of October. So welcome, friends, to my TBR prompt jar chooses my October reads. In case you guys missed it, last month I made a good old TBR prompt jar because I am first and foremost a mood reader, meaning I never really know what I want to read up until I pick something up and it just feels right. So I never have a north, I never have a sense of direction, I never really know where I'm falling on, what book I'm picking up, and sometimes it's easy to get lost because I finish a book, I don't know where to go next, I get frustrated, then I don't pick something up even though I am in the mood to read something, or I pick something up and I'm being misled by my own intuition and then it seems like I'm not in the mood for it. It can be quite a mess. And so the idea behind the TBR prompt jar was that a prompt could give me that sense of direction. It's like a little map. It's like a little suggestion on what to read. I think there's something specifically exciting about the jar situation, about the prompt specifically, that gets me really excited to read a book, whether it's a trope, a specific scene, whether it's a specific genre. Something about it hypes me up a bit more than just building a TBR for the shits and giggles. And so quite like the idea of it, which is why I made it. And I've got some really good prompts in here that I am excited to see which ones I pull today. Last month I picked exactly 10 books for my TBR. Believe it or not, I actually read 5, which if you've been here for a while, you know that's not the norm. And I thought it would be nice because we're starting out a new month. Today is October 1st, that I could renew those 5 books I did finish with 5 new books. I'm not changing the other 5 that I didn't read because I really want to read them anyways. And I think they are books I am in the mood for to read around this time of year. So I don't want to take them off the TBR card. I just want to add new ones. 5 new books. Let me tell you, I really want to read Then She Was Gone. I really want to, but we'll see where it takes us. Hopefully it'll be kind to us this month. Please be kind to me this month, please. However, let me show you real quick the books that I did read from my last TBR. I'm not going to talk about them in depth in this video because I am planning a separate wrap up for these books and then the other ones I ended up also reading in September. But for the future, do let a girl know if you'd like me to combine these in a way that I am able to talk about the books that I'm choosing for the new month and yet also wrapping up the books that I read from my TBR from the previous month. Let me know if you'd like that combo of like my TBR jar chooses my reads and like September wrap up or whatever month it is wrap up. Do let a girl know. Also, let a girl know. You guys have a TBR for October? So from the 10 books I chose, this little stack right here is the one that I did end up reading. So I read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Didn't end up loving this as much as I thought I would. Ended up giving this, I think, a 2.5 stars. So like right smack down the middle of the road. Next book I read was Legendary and I gave this 5 stars. Immortal Longings was a Patreon book club pick. Ended up giving this 2 stars. Vespertine was another Patreon book club pick, but for a book club I host with Liv over there. This was a 4-star. Very enjoyable experience. And then last but not least, I actually read this today, the Mindfuck series. Not all of it, because like quite a big book if I read all of them all in one go. But in my TBR, I mentioned that I wanted to read just the first one, so just the first one is what I read. And so I've left my bookmark in for book 2, which is Sidetracked. And I'm not gonna lie, I did give this 3 stars, but it's like a good 3 stars. It's like a high 3 stars. I really want to read the rest of the book and I really want to see where it goes. So I think this book, because there are still 4 more books to go, I think I'm going to transfer this into my safety pile so that if I don't know what to pick at some point and maybe don't want to reach from my TBR, I can actually put this into a little safety area and I can just reach for book 2 if I want to, because I'm not gonna lie, I really want to.
And now for the moment you've been waiting for in a world where TBR jar exists.
Let us start picking what books a girl is going to be reading for the month of October. But let's see what our first victorious read will be of October and what our first book of the month is going, well, not our first book that we're reading, but like the first pick out for the TBR card. A 1-word title. Let me just show you that real quick. We gotta do the booty guru pose. 1-word title. Oh, see, this is hard because this is not a lot to go on. I don't know what the vibe is going to be for something like this. I could do something like Malice by John Gwynne. That's a 1-word title. What else have we got? None of my romances, I think. I think I know what to do. I'm thinking maybe I can do Long Shadow. This is the 3rd book in the, what's the series called again? The Regency Fairy Tales. This time of year, again, super cozy reads, fantasy reads. I'm very much into those vibes for October, November, December. I feel like the end of year just screams like magic. So this is Long Shadow by Olivia Adwater. The very first book in this series is Half a Soul. You can peep it right there. It's Half a Soul. The second book is 10,000 Stitches. I've already read both of those. So this is the third book in the series. I do own this. I do want to read this. The book is set up in a way that exclaims that proper Regency ladies cannot learn magic because it's not something that they typically do. But Miss Abigail is hell-bent on solving this mystery that is plaguing the kingdom, and by doing so, as a consequence, she'll have to learn magic. Her father, other lords are not in agreement of the fact that she may or may not be learning magic, and so she enlists the help of Mercy, who is not only a street rat, but also a magician. She is self-taught, so Lord knows how that's gonna go. And so they embark on this journey together, and then a romance between the two of them strikes, and I will assume it goes from there. So going to go with this, because I know this with like a warm cup of like a chai latte or coffee, this is going to hit the right spot. I love that it's been a month, and this still smells like coffee beans. I don't know what to say. I've watched this so many times, and it literally still smells like coffee. I love that I look up, well, I guess I look up because I know some of these are like more open than others, but I look up because I'm like, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to look. I don't want to peep. So let us see for prompt 2 what we have got. I almost said prompt 3, but it's book number 2. We have got adult book. Adult book. Then She Was Gone. Is that an adult book? I need to actually look that up because I'm not too sure if it is or if it isn't, but here we go. This is published by Atria, which is not a YA publisher. So Then She Was Gone. I'm going to choose this one because I've been wanting to read this ever since I got it. So I'm going to choose Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell for my adult book. So in this one, we follow Laurel Mack after her daughter disappears. And the premise of the book is that perfect daughters don't disappear. People don't just disappear out of the blue, just like that. It's like something typically happens that leads to a disappearance. And her daughter Ellie disappeared, I think, 10 years past. And now, present time, she meets a guy. They're kind of hitting it off. They start going on their dates. And then she meets his daughters, and one of them looks eerily like Ellie, and this basically leads her on this rampage of trying to find out what happened to her daughter, why she disappeared, where she is, has she actually disappeared, is she somewhere around, and basically she goes on this journey to try and search for answers. And I've heard that the twist in this book is crazy, that the book overall is just really good. I've also heard that this is some of Lisa Jewell's best work, and so I'm excited to see what this is about. I've never read a Lisa Jewell book, so this will be my introduction to her. I hope it's a good one. And also for like the spooky season, I don't really have anything like spooky on my TBR, so this will be my spooky pick. This will be the spooky book I read, and I doubt I'll be reading anything else except for, well, the new Riley Sager book, which is my patron book club pick, but you know, this and that, and that's about it. Prompt number 3, gonna go for this one. Anytime I choose something, I get super scared because I'm like, what happens if it's something that doesn't benefit me, as if anything here wouldn't benefit me? Like, it's gonna end up in me reading something from my shelf, so it does benefit me, but I'm scared always. Book that matches my nails. Oh, I mean, I've got white nails right now. Like, I've got a French nail moment, so I don't know how much help this is going to be, because I think, well, actually, it's a great help, Mel, because everything has white in it. I think I underestimated this prompt because although I thought it would be super easy to pick something, because I was like, oh my god, every book has white on it. No, that's a lie, actually, because a lot of books don't have white. I genuinely thought either Addicted to You could be a good one because I've been wanting to read it for a while and the entire cover is white, so could apply. Or I could do Mort by Terry Pratchett, which is completely opposite spectrums of what I could potentially choose. So I don't know what to do with this one. Do I do Mort? Do I do Addicted to You? I am very curious to see how I'm going to like Mort because I tried the first Discworld book, didn't love it, and then ended up buying this when I went to London because of the back. It literally says, "Death comes to us all. When he came to Mort, he offered him a job." And apparently, according to some of you guys, this is like the best place to start at Discworld, and that's something I've also heard on other places of the internet, so maybe Mort could be a good one instead of Addicted to You. If something else comes up romance-wise, I will probably pick Addicted to You, but I think I'm gonna go with Mort. And I also think it's like a perfect little cozy book, probably, for October. So, gonna go with this one. 2 more to go, and we are done with the TBR, friends. It feels so weird to pull 5 5 this time instead of 10. But you know what? That's the accomplishment of being able to read 5 books, and I guess the failure of not reading all 10. It's not failure though. We take it at our own pace in this household, it's fine. And for this one, we have got Friend's Choice. Oh, now who am I gonna give the power to mess with me? Probably Liv. Should I try and call her, see if she picks up? Let's do that. Please hold. Hello? The most random call you'll get today. I'm filming. Hi.
Hi, I need joy, so it's okay.
I love that. So I pulled out a Friend Choice from my TBR jar, so you get to choose a book for me to read. And I'm giving you free reign. You can choose anything you want.
Anything?
Anything.
Okay, I'm gonna push my agenda.
Oh no, see? Oh, my phone's too bright. They can't even see that. It's the way she's just plotting.
In my bathroom.
In the bathroom.
I want you to read Powerless by Elsie Silver.
Oh, I get to buy a new book. That's fun. Okay, I'm gonna order that as soon as I'm off. Yes.
And the man's name is Jasper. Okay, I'll hang up now. I'm just saying, emo, and he plays hockey.
He plays hockey? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye. Okay, so Liv chose Powerless by Elsie Silver. I'll pop the picture right here. I've heard really great things about the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. A lot of people have been trying to get me to read this recently. Now though, because I'm a super responsible lady, I am a very responsible friend, I will be buying Powerless physically so that we can put that with all the other books. And again, Liv gave me a get out of jail free card, so we have to take advantage of it. Don't tell anybody I said this, but I forgot how ugly these covers were. You can see me here in the corner. Hello. This is like the creepiest angle you'll ever get of anything, but literally look at that cover. Let me just zoom you guys in a bit more. Look at that. That is not pretty. And I forgot how ugly these covers were. Much respect to everybody involved in the making of this, but I don't love it. And so there's that. Very sad, but it's going to join my collection thanks to Ms. Liv. Book has been ordered, friends, and don't worry, that's not my actual address. That's, for all the stalkers, that's my P.O. box. It's fine. Okay, and then going into the 5th and final choice, it feels odd to not have, like, the physical book to put, like, in the shelves, but, you know, it'll be here in like a week. It's fine. And then for our very last prompt, we have got a book I think will make me cry. So there's the prompt right there. Puri Guru post so that you guys can see that. But a book I think will make me cry. And this is perfect actually because I can choose my September Patreon book club pick, which I still have yet to read. And the live show is in like 2 weeks so that I can actually get this book done and listen to the audio, which I also do have. And that is Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm so excited that my Queen Acevedo has got a new book out and it's her adult debut. So I'm super excited about this. And although the book has 3 different narrators, she is one of them, which makes me really excited because all of her other books were also narrated by her and her voice is just so beautiful. You can tell she used to do slam poetry because her voice is just something else. Well, I say used to, I don't know if she still does, but her voice is absolutely gorgeous. I love hearing her narrate her own books. It's just a beautiful experience. And so in this one, we have got a multi-generational story, which we love to see. And the book is split in between Santo Domingo, República Dominicana, and then New York City, so you get a little bit of both. And our main character, Flor, has the ability to see when people are going to die, down to like the day. Like she is very, very precise in her premonitions. And so when she gathers her entire family for a wake, everybody is kind of confused because they're not sure if it's her wake they are there for, if she has foreseen her own death, or what exactly is going on. But things get a little bit more complicated because her 2 sisters also have secrets of their own. And then the next generation also has secrets of their own. And so it's a very layered story about all of the women in this family. And the very last part of the synopsis says, told with Elizabeth Acevedo's inimitable voice, this is an indelible portrait of sisters and cousins, aunts and nieces, one family's journey through their history, helping them better navigate all that is to come. And I just know I'm going to cry with this book. Like, I'll be surprised if I don't cry. I have cried in every single one of Acevedo's books, albeit maybe some more than others, but her 3 YA novels, oh, they were a sob fest for me. And so I can't wait to see what she has got for her adult debut. And I hope that the audiobook is equally as incredible as her past ones. So this will be the 5th book going into the TBR. So this is now what the TBR card looks like. And I think it's it's a nice little array of books, not gonna lie. Put Mindfuck right back in the pile, just because I'm looking forward to reading book 2 maybe sometime soon. And just imagine that little spot right there, this little gap right here, just imagine that Powerless is sitting there very, very beautifully on the TBR card as well. So technically that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books on our TBR, but not too shabby, not too bad, friends. I'd say this is still quite a good amount of books to have in here, especially because all of these will be quick reads. So, and this one too. So technically the entire TBR will be fairly quick. So yay to new books. And that's it, friends. 5 proms going right back to the TBR jar. We are done with choosing the books that we're going to be reading for the month of October. And honestly, I'm quite happy with the selection. We've got a little bit of everything. I feel like what was left of last month gives us a nice little pull of like fantasy, literary fiction, and romance into the now new selection of like cozy fantasies, and then more romance, and then a little bit of like serial killing and thrillers. I feel like we've got a really, really good array of books for October. So give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to comment down below what your TBR is for the month of October, and have you read any of the books that I have put on my TBR for this month? If you reached the end of the video, let's leave some spooky Halloweeny emojis down in the comment section. So the spooky ghost or the skull or the pumpkin, anything Halloween related, make sure to leave that down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to support the channel further, I do have a Patreon. My personal opinion is that the beginning of the month is the best time to join because you'll get a bunch of everything. Last month there was over 50 posts going up, from like live shows to videos to updates and everything. So it's quite an exciting time over there if you would like to support the channel and get a little bit of extra content. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of extra content. Make sure to head on over there. It is always linked down below alongside all of my socials. Love you all the absolute most, and I will see you on the next one.
Goodbye!